Hello, everyone. Hope we do find you well. We are back again. We are back with another interesting and amazing episode where we bring you insights of what's happening in our communities and in our world. So today we're sitting with he's an amazing guy. He's chilled. It's in my chilled vibes. So allow me to introduce him. In fact, as we do it every time, he will have the honors of introducing himself. The big blast down it. I'll allow him to introduce himself. Baba, introduce yourself.
Hello, people. My name is Johnson Dumburashe, aka Jay Magitare. I'm an Afro-Jazz musician. I learned music at the Music Crossroads of Zimbabwe, Music Crossroads Academy of Zimbabwe. Yeah, in short, that's what I can say before we go into further details about myself.
Kana voice that you have married talker. I want Baba Jay Magatare. So tell us, where did the name Jay Magatare come from?
I want people to know me as the household of music. So Mono anaita music anozaita magitare. So the name came from there. Okay, if I want people to know me as a music person, then I must be called Magitare so that people can easily connect me with what I do. So the thing is, now when I talk about my name, people easily associate. Now guitar don't you have speakers now because of the name? So yeah, that's where it came from, Jay Magatare, and also as a way of declaring or prophesying or speaking what I am. So when I'm saying Indiro Magitare, the name speaks for myself, so it's always there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you had it first with Jay Magitare, the man himself. So, Baba, tell us, how has been the music journey ever since you started? In fact, when did you start music?
I can say I professionally started music in 2019.
2019.
Professionally. But I've always been singing since I was young. Church, yeah, Sunday school, youth, something like that. Growing up in music because I come from a strong background of musicians.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, my father is a singer. My aunts are singers. My grandma is a singer. Everyone from the Dumburashe family can sing. So I started singing when I was young, but professionally I can say in 2019, that's when I became a professional musician.
Okay, interesting. 2019, was it the same time with COVID when COVID hit?
Yes, that's before. That's slightly around that time because I mark my first professional singing at Embrace when we did the DVD in 2019. That's where I can say I started singing professionally, and that's when I started to go to school and all.
Interesting. So how's the music world in Zimbabwe? Tell us more about it. How is it? Is it something that you can actually make a living out of?
Yes, it's the music. I think the music industry in Zimbabwe is just like any other profession in Zimbabwe, where you can't do it on its own. You need a side hustle to support the music industry. So what I've noticed with the music industry is it's difficult to really start from nothing.
Okay.
You can't just do music alone, starting from the grassroots level, unless you want to be a praiser. You invest years and years into it, or those Madam Tukuds who started and built their name from scratch. It's difficult that way. So for the music industry to work Bichana in Zimbabwe, it needs investment because now people listen to quality. If you deliver substandard work, people won't easily listen to you. They will skip your song. So it needs investment, but that kind of investment, that kind of capital now comes from streams which are not necessarily music.
Okay.
So just like another business in Zimbabwe or another career, I feel good. That's how music is like.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. You mentioned in your introduction, you mentioned that you do your genre, your Afro-Jazz. Tell us, what is Afro-Jazz?
Afro-Jazz is African music, but fused with jazz. That's Afro-Jazz. It is jazz with that African feel. That means we expect the woshos, the marimba, the African instruments,
Okay.
and the African vocals, which are being fused into
Okay.
jazz.
Okay, so you're putting in the African flavor.
To jazz.
Ah, interesting, interesting. So, Afro-Jazz, as an Afro-Jazz artist, who are some of your role models or your icon, be it Zimbabwe, regionally and globally?
I listened to a lot of Tuku growing up, and I think with the achievements he made, he became a national hero.
Yeah.
He has music which is being played not only in bars but in church.
Yeah.
And several places, at weddings, at funerals. He had a song for every moment. So he is part of the people I look to, who I admire as role models. And of course, I also love Hugh Masekela's music.
Yes.
Because you would travel a lot,
You.
and he wouldn't change his art to suit people. Rather, people would accept his art as it is.
Yeah.
So I can say, as role models, those are the two people who I take lessons from.
Bless their hearts. Bless them. I mean, their souls rest in peace.
Yeah.
Amazing legends, great legends. I even listened to them. They're great people. And talking about you, Brayu, and Oliver, Dr. Mchukuzi, what are some of the lessons that you've learned from them and that you have also gone to learn from you being an Afro-Jazz artist?
As a musician, music is a tool, it's a voice, it's a platform for you to speak to people. So what I've learned, especially from Tukuzi, is you can talk to people through your music. Right. And people, it's a platform you have been given to speak to people, right, to speak to their needs, to instruct or to give guidance. So not necessarily is music for entertainment, but it's also a tool to speak.
Right.
And to make known your mind so that people know what you're thinking and what's your take on specific issues. Right. So that's the greatest key, which I've learned from the music. That's why even he was given the hero status, because the impact he has done in people's life is just not entertainment value. Yeah. He gave people more than just entertainment, but he built lives from music.
I was listening to the history of Dr. Mchukuzi when he died. He was one of the pioneers in Zimbabwe to actually take the Zimbabwean world culture, and voice out to the world.
Yes.
I remember watching videos of him when he was like in his early 20s, 30s, out there in Europe and all that. And people loved him. Yes. And one thing that I love about him is he would speak Shona, do Shona songs. And you see people, white people, German, French people dancing to the music, So I can actually agree with what you're saying, that music is a voice and you can connect with it, regardless of the nationality and the language and the race.
Yes.
That's a very powerful thing that you are actually talking of. So tell us, in this festive season, where things are like going super crazy, both in any field, what will it take for someone who is an artist, who's a musician from Africa, who is an Afro-Jazz or any other genres? What is your message to them?
I think I can extract my message from what I learned from Mono Mukundu. He said, if you want to be an international, don't change yourself for you to be an international artist. Don't suit the current needs in terms of genres music.
Okay.
Because, like, for example, what you see people doing now is they change. I'm an Afro-Jazz artist, but Zim Danso, they will be some one. So, Zim Danso, then I go to Niger and do music of Nigeria. It's not authentic. So Mono was addressing the fact that if you do that, you become popular in the setup, but you don't travel. When you want to travel or when you are desire to be international, take what's in your roots, take your African music, take what's home and introduce that. there because
To
they
the
don't
world.
have that. If you go with things they have, then you don't need some Zimbabwe because do Mawasina.
Yeah.
But if you want to travel, just stick to your roots and be yourself.
Interesting. I like a song that was sang by 2 Chainz. He says, "I'm different, I'm different, I'm different," and I'm liking what you're saying. That do something.
Yeah,
something that will stay with you and resonate with you.
that's you, not being another person to please the audience.
Yeah. Because audience will always have different tastes every single time and generation.
Exactly.
I like what you said at first, that you said music is a language. And I remember Oliver Mchukwueze died a few years ago, and even until today we still listen to his music and we still groove to the music. For me, it's something that he has done. He has surpassed generations, and even our old folks and this generation, they still relate to the music that he did.
Yes.
Think of Michael Jackson. His songs, music was like years ago, but we still groove to it today.
Yes.
So it's very interesting that music is a language. Wow.
It's a language.
Interesting. So what are some of the things that you have done, or that the wrongs that you've done as an artist? What are some of the things that you say, if I'd done better here and there and there and there, you would have been a better artist or person?
That's a tricky one. In the context, I don't really know how to answer that directly.
Okay.
But what I can say, something which is closely related to that, is the dilemma which every musician faces.
Okay.
That you have got songs in you which you need to go out, but you're not financially in a position to afford maybe expensive producers or expensive services. So you are in a dilemma now to hold on until you get the money, or to use what you have to create what you want.
Interesting.
So you're in a place that for now you can create a not so quality product, but that not so quality product can lead you to a better platform with better finances and resources, or you stay until the right time comes for you to release your product. So I think that's the dilemma I've faced so far, and I can say it's even tough even now to really choose between waiting a little longer for you to get the resources and actually doing something with what you have, and the resources meeting you later.
Interesting. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I was listening to one of your songs, Mbinga.
Diamond
Mbinga.
Yeah.
What was going on in your mind when you were writing that song? Currently in Zimbabwe, there is this Nyads and Mbinga, Zukunetsa, and all that. What was going through your mind when you did that song?
I usually write my songs out of what I face. I've noticed with my music that songs which I write out of what I'm experiencing have got more impact on the people, and even how I sing them, I relate with them because it's a situation I'm going through.
All right.
So with Diamond Mbinga, it was frustration.
Okay.
Yes, I was working and the money isn't coming together, things are not going my way.
Right.
So I started with the chorus. Diamond Mbinga, Mundite Mbinga. Then the words started coming. So if I write something which I'm experiencing, you find that the lyrics just come naturally. So I just started talking about, if you listen to the song, it talks about when I wake, please make sure that my efforts are fruitful. Then it goes on to say, let me not be successful only in monetary terms, because Umbinga now doesn't only apply to monetary terms.
Yeah.
You have to be rich with money, you have to be rich with health.
Yes.
So you have to be rich in terms of links, favors with men and favor with God. So Diamond Mbinga is a prayer which combines all those things into one. And I'm praying to God kuti Mwari mukanditambinga musanditambinga chete pamari, ndoda itambinga ngandiende kufarwa nevanhu nekudiwa nemi, ngandiwe neutano and all of that. Saka that's how I write my songs.
Interesting.
Yes.
Demanta Mbinga. So Mbinga, it's actually a prayer that you're doing to God. Say,
Exactly.
God, make me a better person.
Exactly.
Interesting. And what's Mbinga in English?
Well, in street lingo, it's Zimbabwean street lingo. Mbinga refers to someone rich, someone with
someone who's loaded.
Exactly, someone who's loaded.
So
right. Using street lingo in your music now makes it
relatable.
Exactly, with the people around you.
Interesting. Exactly. So where do people get your music? For example, them being a song, where can we get your music?
My music is on digital platforms. My YouTube channel is as songs, as videos, which I've done before.
Okay.
Because I've on digital platforms, you can get the songs, and you can take a listen to them.
Interesting. And as we were reading your profile, there's something that caught my eye. Something that said Fun Fridays. Please tell us more about it.
It's a concept we are doing. Fun Fridays open mic, the platform for musicians and talented artists to just come in and we show our talents to people.
Okay.
We can't wait for other people to give us platforms.
Oh yeah.
Rather, we create our own platforms as artists. So when artists come together, we practice acts, we mentor, we provide mentorship for them.
Okay.
We perfect their acts.
All right.
Actually, for free. We do that for free.
Wow, interesting.
So when a person comes to Fun Fridays open mic, we mentor them, we coach them, we rehearse together, we link them with other artists, we teach them how to advertise their products, how to become a brand and how to manage their brand. Then we give them a platform to perform, and after the platform, we give them their videos so that they can share on their social media platform.
Yes. So in a nutshell, Fun Fridays is a platform for artists.
It's a platform for artists to grow. Okay. You can come thinking you can only do music, but we discover other gifts within you. Like we had a person who came as a comedian, but we discovered he can also play the instrument. And another girl who came as a singer, and we discovered she can also do MC. So it's a platform to really discover yourself without pressure of being asked to be a person just any one field, something like that.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much for creating a platform for artists.
Yeah, I mean,
welcome. When people come together and synergize, regardless of their backgrounds, it makes a difference. Yeah. Someone once says that the Shona proverb that says "Chara chimwa chiskwanye inda."
Yeah.
So there's need for artists in Zimbabwe, to collaborate and bring out something like that. Fun Fridays, a platform for artists.
For artists to grow.
Mr. Magatare, thank you so much for just chilling with us, having a moment to tap into who you are and just getting to know the man behind the guitar. Yes. It's really an honor. And this 2023, what can we expect from you and your brand?
I think I'm working on a single track. I'm going to shift my focus a little bit this year to grow my band or my music choir. We're starting a choir with my church.
Wow.
Full gospel choir.
Wow.
So I'm working to produce a live DVD.
Wow.
As a choir.
Wow.
Because the concept is sometimes you don't get music for solo acts only. Okay. You get music for choirs. So I also need a platform for my songs, those songs which are meant for choirs to be sang. So this year we are mainly focusing on that choir, and in November we're going to do a live DVD.
Wow.
But as a solo act, as Jay Magitare, expect a single track.
Interesting.
Yeah, titled Tari Seal. The Hope Song. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It's coming this year.
Interesting. So when March, April, May, June, July, August, September, like 8 months, 7 months.
Exactly.
Cooking this thing.
Yes, cooking this thing. Making sure the song is already. I started the song last year in January.
Okay.
But as I'm saying, it takes time to really put everything together and make sure you're producing a quality product.
Interesting. Well, Coach Mallvine, Thank you so much. Sinitariswe kuzoona the actual song and the video, and
Exactly.
and we wish you all the best in all that you're doing in your endeavors. And our prayer is as you rightfully
indeed.
pray,
Indeed.
So that
Yes.
kuita kwenyu mpinga toza kuti zvinenge zvafara. So tarisiro yedu iripo yekuti that God blesses and it gives you favor with men and in heaven.
Yeah, thank you, Baba, for being for inviting me to this platform. It's a good platform indeed, and I'm sure a lot of people are benefiting from the work you're doing. That's good. Keep on the good work.
Thank you so much. And those were the last words from Jay Magitare, an Afro-Jazz artist, musician, songwriter, chichi zvakawanda zvese chimozongozvibata. Do visit his YouTube channel. You never gave us a YouTube channel.
Jay Magitare.
Jay Magitare. Jay Magitare. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for chilling with us, and Jay Magitare, thank you so much for chilling with us and giving us insights and tips on how you have done it.
Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's a bye for now, it's a wrap, and we'll see you on our next episode where we bring you interesting items. Bye for now. Ciao.